Of course you want to make more money teaching English, and the easiest way is by increasing your private teaching. Why work for a language school when you can 3x, not these types of X's, you perverts, 3 times. That's better your income by going out and getting your own private students and private groups. Hey everybody, it's Chris from The Language House. In this video, I'm giving you a guide on how to level up your private teaching by using 4 of my favorite tools. I use these tools every single day, and they've helped me take The Language House and build it into a successful international company. You should use them too. 3 of them are free, 1 of them you're getting a discount on. Watch the video for all the tips at the end. But don't just watch the video, because that's not going to do anything. I want you to take action. I want you to follow the guide and get all 4 of these tools. What's great about teaching is that regardless of where you're at, and whether you're teaching on site or online, there are so many opportunities to increase your income by teaching privately. This mindset came natural to me, but I think for a lot of teachers, they just don't know where to begin. If you want to be successful as a private teacher, you got to work on 4 things. Number 1 is going to be your lesson plans, your material, and your content. Number 2 is going to be your network and your messaging / communication. 3 is going to be course creation and material storage. And number 4 is going to be your promotional work, how you're going out and getting new people into your network. This video covers them all. First on my list, and my favorite resource for all English teachers, is Fluentize. Fluentize is going to handle your content and your lesson plans. If you want to do a lot of private teaching, you need quality lesson plans on demand. We don't have time to spend hours and hours planning lessons every single night or even every single week, and Fluentize is going to solve all of these problems. What Fluentize is, it's an app that you can get on your computer or phone where you have access to 1,000+ great lesson plans ready to go. You search for what you want, you press print, and your student gets exactly what they need. What I like most about Fluentize is that every lesson is personally designed, and they're all built around a unique video, so it has that professional feel. There are a few other lesson planning companies on the internet, but I like Fluentize the most. I've got a special deal with Fluentize, and if you use my code Chris20, you're gonna get 20% off their entire site. I recommend getting a year membership, which will give you access to their entire library of about 1,000 lessons. You can get as many downloads as you want. There's no restrictions at all. And if you look at it, cost per day, it's only 17 cents, which is nothing, so get one. I use Fluentize. I get memberships for all of our teachers. It's great. Number 2 is about growing your network and your communication. Being a successful teacher is all about acquiring students and being able to communicate with them with ease. The more people who are in my network, the more classes I can have, and eventually, as this network grows and grows, I can move into teaching my own group classes, which can be extremely profitable. And I would imagine that all of you are familiar with WhatsApp, and most of you probably already know this and use this, but in the free version, there's a special feature called Communities. Communities allows me to create a big umbrella group for all of my students, and then little subgroups for all of my classes or levels. In the settings, I can add titles and descriptions for all the different groups. I can even add some pics for branding purposes. And what I like most is that I can create a QR code for my community to make it easy for all of my students to join. So now, with all of my students, and whenever I meet somebody who's interested in language lessons, instead of getting their phone numbers and emails and all that awkward personal information stuff, I just show them a QR code and they can join my community like that. And these students in turn can share the group and community with their friends and family, thus organically increasing the growth. I use Communities for all of our language classes. Whenever we have a new student, I show them the QR code and they get added to their specific group. And it really makes communicating with all of these people super, super easy. So for example, in my community, I have about 14 different subgroups for all of the different classes. And now if I want to communicate with a B2 class and share with them, say, their Fluentize lesson, I don't have to search around for everybody's email. I just post the link right in their group and it's done. Communities is free. You don't have to pay anything for it. Check it out. Third favorite resource is Google Classroom, and this is going to help with your material storage and then later creating courses. If you want to charge more money for your language classes, you have to provide a better service. You got to do more in terms of what you're giving than the other guy on the street. And Google Classroom is an easy and effective way to make this possible. Google Classroom is a free service that you can get right now that provides a wonderful virtual meeting space for your students. There's a few different ways that I use this. For one, I can create a catch-all Google Classroom for all of my students. I can create a Google Classroom and I can just fill it with a bunch of different resources. PDFs, worksheets, Fluentize lessons, videos, whatever I think would be beneficial for a language student, I can take the time in advance and just stick it all in there. So now whenever I meet a new student, I say, yes, you get this lesson, of course, but you also get all of these complimentary resources, and this provides the value I need to charge more for my services. So material storage is one use, but the most important use of Google Classroom is that it's perfect for teachers who want to go off and begin to create their own classes. So not just teaching an individual student, but having groups of people that they're teaching privately. In Google Classroom, I can create a class and name it. I can add a description of the class. There's a comment section where students can communicate with each other. In the classwork section, I can post a syllabus and a description of what we do every single class. I can attach all of the materials or links to videos that the students need. I can cover it with all of my Fluentize lessons. Whatever I'm doing, I can create it all in advance and present it to the student. But what I like the most about Google Classroom is it gives that professional feel to my teaching. It makes it feel legit. My process for using Google Classroom is pretty simple. If I have a new idea for a course, it could be a discussions class, a movie club, a book club, working on a specific grammar point, whatever, political discussions, anything. If I have an idea that I think is going to be popular with my students, I can create a specific Google Classroom for this, create the syllabus, put all the materials there, and then once it's done, I can take that link and I can post it in my WhatsApp communities. And now everybody in my network knows that I'm running a brand new class, and I can check who's interested by how many people join the Google Classroom. Super easy to do, a great way to maximize your WhatsApp communities. What's really great about Google Classroom is that if I have a particular course that is popular or one that I repeat every month or 2 months, I don't have to create a brand new course. I just have to click the copy button and I've got a new blank course ready to go. To summarize, Google Classroom, great for just creating a general storage that you can give to all of your students to up your value. But mostly it's used for those who want to get into course creation, designing classes for big groups of people. All right, final tip, number 4, and this is about your promotional needs. We can't, as teachers, just go around posting in forums with text. It's not going to work. You can't expect students to join your network if they have no idea who you are. And Canva is probably the easiest and fastest way to get started. Luckily, we don't have to be professional designers, but we do need to make the basics in terms of flyers, brochures, and other basic promotional stuff. Canva has a free version, which I recommend. I don't know if you need to have the upgraded version, but try the free version first and head over to some of their free templates to check out. I don't know what's going to work well in terms of what you want with your flyer, but there are a couple things that you can add. You can add a picture of yourself. That's always helpful. And you can, of course, add your QR code for your WhatsApp community. You post your flyers in digital spaces and real-life spaces, and you'll be amazed at how many people sign up to your group. So those are 4 of my favorite teaching tools, and I'm going to put all of this information, links and directions, in the description of this video, so do check it out. I'm going to give you a quick guide on how to put these all together so that you can get started. The only thing that I ask, if you like what I'm doing, is to leave me a subscribe. Thanks so much.